The first thing I do is I will throw my earbuds in and go running outside by myself. The second thing, I taught my 2-year-old lab to give me a high five and how to hug me. So whether I'm having a bad day or I'm just having a bad moment, I know I can count on him to give me a high five or a hug, and I feel so much better.
Spending time with my 3 dogs and cat and my girlfriend, and just kind of having a day, just relaxing and spending time together.
So what we do for self-care in our house is we have dance parties. In the kitchen, we blast up the music, we do a lot of shimmies, we do a lot of claps, and there's a lot of smiles.
I like to stay up with sports, switched from afternoon to now I play basketball 3 times a week every day before work for self-care.
I like to reach out to others, live life, love, laugh a lot, and also volunteer and look at how I can help other people as well. That's how I practice self-care.
I practice self-care by going fishing.
I like to go on long walks with my dog, and I also do yoga. It helps me stay grounded and focused and motivated and happy.
Taking my dog for a walk every morning and every evening, and playing in the backyard with my daughter.
What I like to do for self-care is hang out with my family and friends and go on long walks as well. And I just really like to focus on me time or self-care just to recharge so that you can channel all of your energy into the things that you really care about.
I practice self-care by waking up with the sun, going outside and seeing it set, and the time in between, having as much time with my little twin babies as I possibly can.
Self-care is important to me because it's really important to unwind and take care of yourself. I usually go for a good book or a great TV series and just kind of disconnect from everything around me.
I practice self-care by playing guitar and listening to music.
I practice self-care by going for the handful of chocolate-covered raisins.
Self-care to me means being selfish, taking time for myself, finding something that inspires me, whether it's walking, spending time with my family, or going to a coffee shop. It's being able to mentally unwind, decompress, and let the day drift away.
For self-care, I like to do Pilates. I usually go twice a week after work just to kind of decompress and get my mind off of everything work-related, kind of life-related, and it kind of gives you a chance to come back to reality and clear your mind.
Spend time outside. I've recently, my wife and I acquired an acre and we have chickens. So chickens have, and permaculture and spending time outside. I'm the chicken guy now, so.
I think self-care is important because who doesn't really want to be happy? I think if you're out going in the world and you have a better mindset and better attitude, I think you'll just enjoy life more. Some things that I do for self-care, I think it's important to reflect a lot throughout your day, whether that just be in the shower or when you're sitting at home, but I also think it's important to drink a lot of water. That's just kind of one of those little things you may not think about, but if you force yourself to drink a lot of water, you just might feel a little bit better internally, which can then change your attitude towards things that you're seeing throughout the day.
I like to spend time with family and friends, have good long talks with some friends, and then go for long walks or go for a drive.
Self-care to me is important because I think if you're not good for others. So for what I do is I take meditation, take short naps, and I like to go for walks. If I'm better, then my family's better, so that's what I like about self-care.
I think self-care is important because you can't give your best to others if you're not giving your best to yourself too. One of the ways I like to take care of myself is taking time to relax and read a good book.
For self-care, I like to go running or play tennis, sometimes go walking over lunch. Self-care is important so that we can bring the best version of ourselves to our work, to our friends and family, and to our communities.
My wife and I will take my dog on a walk every night. For us, you know, as parents, as leaders, we got to make sure that we take care of ourselves because so many people rely on us. And mentally, you know, throughout the day, I might take a break, maybe walk a little bit around the building, perhaps get a drink, a coffee, maybe go talk to a friend, something like that. But also, like from a hobby perspective, maybe I'll play my guitar at night to take my mind off of pressures that I'm going through or responsibilities that I have and deadlines, and that's what I do for self-care.
Self-care to me means exercise, exercise, exercise. Inside, outside, any form, as long as I'm exercising, I'm taking care of myself.
What do I do for self-help?
I would say that most of the times when I'm feeling stressed, I look for a quiet place and I like to sit down and start making things with my hand. It could be woodworking, it could be leatherworking, anything along those lines. But so long as I can keep my hands busy and produce something, that's what works for me.
My favorite form of self-care is spin class. I love to wake up for an early morning ride and hop on the bike and sweat out all my stress, get the day started off right.
Spending time with close friends and family reduces my stress and improves my well-being. It's like a battery recharge for me.
Okay, I always try to have a hobby of some kind that gets me up and moving, because sometimes I need an activity to go do. So right now it's tennis, because I love to get outside. And then if not that, I always try and get some time with my wife. And I'm probably gonna do both those things today, so.
Yeah, on the weekends, I just like to take at least one of the 2 days, really not do anything, just completely unwind, and then once a month on Friday, I take the day off.
It allows me to really kind of recharge myself for the day, and I think the biggest thing with mental health, it's something I've struggled with in the past, it's being very intentional about it. It's something that you kind of have to take conscious ownership of back in your life. So doing something such as taking an hour a day to do something like going for a walk, going to the gym, reading a book, doing something you enjoy, spending time with others, family, whatever it may be, but really being intentional about giving yourself an hour every day that's your time and your time alone to really help focus on your mental health.